I'm David Wilkinson, and I was the head of marketing at Blue Water, the shopping centre in Kent, until April this year. So the work that I've did at Blue Water over the past 3 or 4 years is to take the whole business and turn it into a customer-centric operation, which was fantastic, and we made some huge progress over that time. But what I wanted to do was to make sure that my thought process was much more structured in terms of the way I was doing it. So a lot of what we covered in the course I had done, but I'd done that through in terms of development and my own thought process and then reading articles and that sort of thing. So I wanted to, going forward, a much more structured process, which this has definitely given me. What I liked about it was it's in nice, manageable chunks. So if you slightly get lost, you don't need to go back like 5 hours to understand it. You actually go back just a little bit. So I think the way it's segmented up is really good. And I think at the end of each section, when there's a summary, and at the beginning of each section, this is what we're going to cover, it helps you really have like nice milestones along the way. I think that some of the key things for me is the making sure that the financials are fed back into the business. So from a customer experience person, I see it as absolutely 100% obvious that we should be doing X, Y, and Z. And there's no doubt about that. But people that are much more removed from the coalface or from the day-to-day, they don't see that. So somehow, in order to release the funds to do what I want, I've got to make sure they're on board. And I think it's really important that as customer experience people, we think really carefully on how we're going to translate it up the line, and talk in their language, and then their language is often money. If we can get that bit right, then not only, as you've said before, we hold on to our jobs, but we'll also hopefully get more investment and be able to do much more interesting things in the future. The big takeaway was the structure. So a lot of the work that I've done in the business was we set up like a customer experience board where we were cross-functional and working like that. But I think to formalise it in every business to make sure that customer experience is living and breathing and it's across the piece, and each department understands what role they play in delivering customer experience. So I think that for me is the key thing, because otherwise you're an isolated individual trying to push water uphill, and somehow you need to make sure that you've got your colleagues on board with where we want to go, and then you're all collectively working. And if you've got data to prove success as well, then that really is making sure that then the business is living and breathing customer experience. I'd say in the current climate that we're in, customer experience is going to be absolutely vital as a differentiator for businesses. And those that are doing it well will hopefully survive over the next couple of tricky years. And those that are neglecting it will not survive. And it's as simple as that. So for me, customer experience is going to be critical. And in terms of delivering it, to have a structured, clear understanding of how you're going to do it, key elements, and what the deliverables are, I think is vital. Rather than just going at it in a sort of haphazard way, have a nice, clear, structured approach to it.